Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we're going to be in Minecraft again today, picking up where we left off yesterday in the command center. We're on the third floor, trying to figure out the floor design, ceiling design, bulkheads, all that kind of stuff. We've got a decent block palette on the go, but it's more about the fine details now that we're trying to decide before we go ahead and repeat the pattern everywhere. And I've been trying before the stream to find some additional information about the snapshot that came out yesterday. First, it's impossible to find anything on Minecraft.net. Snapshot 7 came out yesterday, and I can't see it in the news section. I have to go to like a direct link from the SpawnChunks Discord to try and find the show notes for, or not the show notes, the changelog notes for the snapshot. It looks like baby mobs, like zombies, and what else? I think villagers. Wormbo says Snapshot 7 came out an hour ago. Oh, okay. I thought it was out yesterday. Either way. It's like if it's brand new and I'm looking for new news on the Minecraft.net, it should be front and center. Like, why is it not at the top? It's like you can't find it. It's not on the first page. It's not anywhere. It exists. It's just not there. Anyway, I've always found that frustrating. So I'm privileged, and I have a lovely community within the SpawnChunks podcast community that is always on top of this stuff and posts the link in our snapshot chat on that Discord, which is very easy to find. So that's where I went and found it, Wormbo. So I thought I would take a look at it briefly just to kind of see what's up. I always forget to do this live on stream, so let me just see if I can. I have to switch over to the game. I can't bring up the window right yet. Just give me 1 second. And if I switch Chrome, there we go. Yeah. So, we've got added adult sound variants to the following animals: cats, pigs, cows, chickens. Trumpet instrument when using a note block when placed in a copper block. So there's a new instrument. That's cool. Didn't see that coming. Golden dandelion can be used on hoglin babies. I don't know why you'd want to keep those around, but you can. Revamp the visuals of more baby mobs. Fixed issue where baby axolot animations were being disrupted by walking animations. Updated models to zombie husk drowned piglin, zombified piglin, villager, and zombified villager. The only thing is that they don't actually have the new models in these changelogs visually. And usually there's a puff piece that goes along with it. If anybody finds it, let me know. UI, chat screen, chat entries, data pack. Mob sound variants are now data driven. Cool. Pig sounds, cow sounds, chicken sounds. So the big news is the different mob models for the humanoid mobs, I guess. Entity textures have all changed, I'd imagine. For some of the babies' sounds. Shaders and post-process effects. Although it's possible in resource packs, overriding core shaders is considered as unsupported and not an intended resource pack feature. These shaders exist as part of the internal implementation of the game, and as such may change at any time as the game's intervals evolve. We understand that overriding core shaders is used for very cool resource pack features, many of which lack supported alternatives. We'd like to provide better supported alternatives in the future. Anybody that's technical in the chat know what that means? It sounds like maybe some resource packs are going to stop working. Hopefully shader packs won't stop working. I hope that Vibrant Visuals doesn't break shader packs. That would be really unfortunate. And they'd get a lot of blowback on that. Surely they're aware. Alright, so baby zombie, husk, drowned, piglin, zombified piglin, villager, and zombie villager. New models for zombie babies. That's interesting, because I would have not thought that they would touch that with a 10-foot pole. It's so ingrained in Minecraft, you would have thought that it would have been. Wonder what the changes are to the baby villagers. Lists a texture change, but not lists of a main updates to with hostile mobs. Just Match the zombie versions, maybe? I don't know, Southern Man. There's a little image in the Discord. Someone captured it from online, I guess? Yeah, they're a little cuter. Oh, here's one. Hold on. Yeah. Bobby Craft on Twitter. So they just got bigger heads. They're more bobbleheady. Shorter arms, maybe? I'd have to see a side by side. The villagers look better. For sure. Bobbleheads, yeah. Yeah, somebody said the Funko update in our chat. Huh. I don't know if those are better or not. It's so funny, I don't really spend that much time looking at the baby zombies and piglins. The heads might be too big. See, this is the inconsistency I was talking about on the show on Monday, is that they lean into the cartoony, which in this situation looks great. But then the baby calves and the baby bears look very, like, more realistic. Same with the llamas and the camels. I feel like if they're going to go this cartoony with stuff, which I like, they're like, that's cute. You know, then they need to go deeper into the cartoony. Anyway, cool. I'd be interesting to see a side-by-side comparison. The baby zombie body is weird. Yeah, that's the thing. The bodies look really small. Sounds like they haven't changed anything right now, but preparing to do shaders. That's what I mean. Like there's probably preparation for vibrant visuals in Java edition, but I'm hoping that those preparations eventually don't break the shaders. Because are shaders technically a resource pack? Is that technically how they work? Oh, that's deep slate. Crap. That's not what I want. I need cobbled deep slate because I don't have the data pack. Do I not have cobbled deep slate? Do not. I guess we'll do this way. Deep slate and cobble deep slate, I think, is one of the most annoying things about the new blocks that they brought in with the caves and cliffs update. They're so similar that they might as well be the same block, but then you can't, by default in Minecraft, craft the things that you can craft out of cobbled deep slate with deep slate, so you have to have a data pack to do that. And my data pack for that is out of date right now. So I gotta use a non-silk touch pickaxe to get through all this. And it doesn't even give you XP like Quartz does. Cuter is better. I agree. I think they should lean into the cartoony. I think Minecraft has got too low a resolution, and unfortunately they're sticking to a very low resolution on the model pixel structure, I guess you want to say. They're staying a little bit too blocky, in my opinion, for the models. I think that zombies... I mean, it's 2026. I really feel like all these mobs should have knees. I think it would open up a lot of possibilities. If it wasn't such a tremendous amount of work to keep updated, I would like to try and make like a resource pack where the mobs in Minecraft are animated. There's one already out there, but I think it doesn't work on sodium, I think. There's a short covering it. Is there anything like official from Minecraft on Twitter talking about it? So yesterday we were trying to figure out how much of this we liked. And I like the observers. So maybe we'll try to add some of those. I think the black glass is going to work out okay. This feels very plain. I feel like we need to add some sort of structure here. So I'm not exactly sure what to do. One thing I'm considering is adding in something like that. And maybe not the whole thing, like maybe we'll just add it in sections. Let me just grab some observers, which I think I have to craft. Redstone, cobblestone, and quartz crystals. I don't know where I keep the quartz crystals. Thanks for the link to the short, Sandy. Appreciate it. Maybe I don't have any quartz crystals? Oh, you know what? It's probably with the nether rack. So we have some there. All right, I guess. Ah, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I've got observers here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. I've got two storage systems. I've got my ender chest, and then I've got the storage room here, and it's hard to remember what's what. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I guess we have to put it here. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it looks okay. And then maybe I could switch these and have these appear next to the observers. So I'm trying to think about ways. Well, that's in the middle. Crap. Okay, I've obviously got this wrong. Maybe it shouldn't be in the middle. Maybe we should do 3 sections would be good, but now I've got to think about where to put this. Maybe here. This is not going to work out as evenly as I thought. That does not look as good. Crap. Maybe we just do 2 observers, not 3? Then we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if you're a member of my community here on Twitch, if you're a VIP or a subscriber here on Twitch, you can post links in the chat room. I figure if you're supporting me financially, then it's less likely that you're trying to do anything nefarious with a link. I mean, yeah, that's okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I definitely want there to be something else here. Maybe these will be different. The one thing I find really challenging about big structures like this is working with depth and trying to figure out how much space you need. A lesson I learned from working on our Southport city design, which is just like a modern city, is that you really need to give yourself like more space than you need. If you think you need 3 blocks, give yourself 6. And it usually ends up working to your favor if you can swing it. And that might not stay, but I think I like the look of this. It feels a little dim down here. I almost want to switch these just to kind of see what they look like on the other side. And black glass is almost invisible. I'm wondering if that's a good thing or not. I'm debating switching it to purple. So just quickly, what does this look like if we do the reverse for spacing? So what I'm looking at is the end here feels pretty dark. So I'm wondering if we switch it so that it doesn't start with a slab, if it actually starts there. Yeah, it's subtle, but I think I like this better. I want the frog legs back, that's why I'm removing everything. And that will change the middle position, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So that works out the way that I wanted it to originally. Feels a little empty down here in the end. I guess technically that would be an observer 2 here, wouldn't it? No. I wonder if stairs would work here. It does add a little bit more detail, but I'm not sure if it looks like you can walk on it. Hmm. Saying give yourself more space than you think you need is so funny. Looking back when building the exterior of the command center, you were worried that the interior would be too spacious. Yeah, 100%. And I stuck with it. Like I knew that I would probably be happy with giving myself more space than not, right? I've got more space than I need for storage. Like this is the thing. I don't need any more functional space. I've definitely given myself enough space for decoration. But the command center as a whole, like I could probably fit most of the farms that I want to make in this area in the command center, but then I would have nothing else to build on the island, so I'm not doing that. I'm going to try something different just to see how this looks. Okay. So here I was wondering if it would look cool if this was the same material as the tile. No. Okay. Worth a shot, but I don't think that looks good. I'm also wondering now if this should maybe be slightly different. I kind of want to know if it would look better if this went all the way down. Yeah, I think it makes those look more intentional. I find that this stuff goes through iterations. Like you get a broad stroke and then you just start to slowly refine it. I treat Minecraft very much like a drawing, like a sketch. A lot of the time. Which is nice because you can erase anything. You can always delete something in Minecraft, and the only thing you have to sacrifice is time. And I find that as a visual person, like I sometimes need to see exactly how something is going to look. Do I like that? Maybe these could be thinner. No, I think I like the thicker one. There needs to be a little bit more contrast in here somehow. There's an idea. I was going to put black concrete here, but that's a little bit too harsh. Maybe we don't need light. Maybe we just do something like that. It feels weird. What about that? That's not terrible. No, you know what? I think I do like these going all the way along. Or maybe here we could do something different, like a tile. That's not bad. It sort of has a different look to it. What would be a good block that looks kind of technical that we could put in this space right there? Like, what would be a good... Maybe like a hopper or something? Block of iron is the right idea, but it's a little bit too light colored. I'm hoping for something darker. That doesn't connect. Not quite with the hoppers. Wow, what else could we use? I guess we could try crafter. They're expensive. Oh, they're too similar. Yeah, that doesn't stand out. And they're not dark enough. Not a crafter. What could we put in there? Don't want to overdo the observers. So many of the profession blocks have got wood in them. Blast furnace might do it. Yeah. It's not as dark as I wanted it to be. That just looks like a hole. Hmm. If anything, maybe they shouldn't go here. They might look more in place in these things. I wish we had darker trapdoors. It would be nice to go down to a trapdoor there. Yeah, I think that looks better. Need a few of those. So another 8. Copper Grate, Creaking Heart, like all that stuff. A Creaking Heart I don't have. Copper Grate's the wrong color. Oh, I need more Nate. Crap. I don't know about these lights in the middle. I kind of just like the way that it is here. We'll have to do some sort of lighting on the outside. Yeah, I prefer that look, I think. Kind of wonder if we just left this empty. That would look okay. No. I need something just a little bit darker, which I don't really have. Cauldron. Good call too. maybe? It definitely looks the part. I kind of like these. They almost look like sockets. Interesting. Good call, Canada Res. I think maybe we keep the blast furnaces here, but I use the cauldrons here. I just got to do something about it there. Maybe just have something underneath it. Or kind of draws attention to it. Guess we'll go with the concrete. Yeah, I think that works. I just need to remove this glass until I'm done. Thanks. Good call. Stream's an hour already. Holy crap. I don't need 27. 16?
You keep ignoring my pink block suggestions. Don't ignore the break notifications.
I will always ignore suggestions for pink. Just FYI. Alright, I think that's getting there. It looks a lot more technical than it did before. We're doing the best we can with a limited block palette for Sci-fi. I think. I'm going to have to change these. It's too bad that you fall into cauldrons when you walk on them. That would be a cool pattern under glass, though. And cauldrons might let light pass through them. That could be cool. 60. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. All right, I'll mirror that when I get back from my break. I'm going to try to stick to these today. If you're new to the channel, I take a break once an hour, usually on the hour. I started a little bit late today, but it gives me a chance to grab another glass of water. You can grab a friend, grab a snack. We'll be back in about 6 or 8 minutes. All right, let's see if we can mirror this to the other side and see what the room is going to look like. You know, Wormbo, that's not a bad idea. I think Twitch should offer the ability for people to highlight messages in a color they like. I think that would make a lot of sense. I almost wonder what these would look like here, too. Not in this build, but something to consider. I need another blast furnace. I might even have some in my ender chest, actually. There might be some in here. Yeah. I think what I should do is make something like I made in the Modern City, which is a shulker box that's just full of all kinds of things, like almost like a pallet box for the sci-fi zone. So like have blast furnaces, observers, crafters, like all the kind of blocks that are really technical that we're using for texture. All right, I think that's everything there. I don't think there's anything more that I need to put in there for now, so we'll just cover it up with glass. I'm going to need more glass, unfortunately. I don't think I have any black dye up here. I need to smelt more glass. Guess I don't need this on me right now. End rods could be cool if they were put in the floor too. Okay, so if that's going to be that, let's move this somewhere. I think I'll also just put you back here for now. Not that it really matters, I guess. We could always get this up again. I could just remember that 60 blocks from the center is the door. Oh, and that other thing has to go over here. Where'd the... Oh, there it is there. It feels a little bit weird. I wonder if we need to shorten it just a little bit. I wonder if this would be better if it was concrete. Yeah, I think maybe that's what we'll do. Or maybe it looks better with an overhang. Yeah, I wonder... Not that. Maybe we'll just use the cauldrons. Maybe overthinking this a little bit, but... Yeah, let's go with that. More cauldrons required. Oh, I hate when I do that. Yeah, that looks cool. Do the same thing here. Cool. That's pretty good. Now, one thing that could be fun would be to have some redstone underneath those observers and actually have them blink, which is totally doable. But I think I'd rather focus on the finish. So we're going to switch it up, I think. As much as I like the light there, I think we're going to go with something like a door. And maybe we'll go with iron blocks. How far do we bring it out? And then maybe we can find a way to add something in the middle here so it looks like it might connect. Yeah, maybe. I got a funny feeling that blast furnaces are going to come in handy. Maybe we could put something on the edge, but I don't know how. Nope. No, iron trapdoors are not gonna, they're not gonna shut down. Redstone blocks are gonna be way too bright, I think. Yeah. That covers up a fair amount, though. Hides it pretty well. I'd have to see it in the daylight, but that's not too bad. We could even try some pale oak trapdoors, see if they work. Or you know what? Shelves might work too. And we'll leave that there for now. I need to figure out what's happening with this door. I feel like I want to have something here. I feel like the light is going to be coming from here. Maybe not. How did I do it down below? Oh, I use deep slate. Right. I don't think I want to put the caution tape here. We could try it. Maybe quartz and black concrete would look good. Oh no. I mean, maybe the whole thing has to be black. Some sort of track for the door. That's what I want to do. That's not bad. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I don't know about the black concrete, but certainly these work. Unless we reverse it. No, I like the furnaces. I think we just need to come up with a texture that works in here. Also, I need to work out what's happening out here. These are going to have to be stairs. We'll probably make these deep slate, I guess. And this is going to have to be a different color. Oh, that's wrong concrete. Yeah, whatever I decide on this, I think it's going to be furnaces on the outside. But then whatever, like some sort of texture in the middle that looks like... I don't think I want to do iron. But I want it to look like the door could move along a track, you know? Yeah, that's not going to work. Cauldrons can be filled with lava and powdered snow if you want a different look at some point, or even some different light. I think lava in a cauldron has a light level. I think you're right. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think the cauldrons will bounce as we walk over them. Like, I think the character will... I don't know. I mean, it looks weird. It looks a little bit like a trap. Trying to think about blocks that have like a track-like texture to them. I guess I can go deep slate. Doesn't quite jive with what I want though. Also, this has got... I've got to put a roof on this. Hmm. I want to try to squeeze in some lights up here. I could use the tile, but I think the tile, you have to think of like when we do the other directions, the tile is going to be facing the wrong way, which is unfortunate. We could always use stairs and make the stairs look like they're a groove. No. The right tone, but the wrong texture. Which I find is something that happens a lot in this build style with sci-fi, is you get really close to what you want, but it's still something that looks like something else. It's probably gonna be too blue. Yeah. Really don't know. I guess we'll just go with deep slate for now. Either way, I need to make more blast furnace. I guess we'll go with the blast furnaces in the middle. Seems to be the least noisy. Yeah, move this back here. And I was thinking that maybe we can have some observers. I just don't know how we'd get them to stay shut. The issue here. I'd like to cover that up, but don't know. Maybe this is where we can put some shelves instead. That does not work quite as well. The shelves get a different texture when they're powered, and that could work. I just really want to hide the arrow on the side of the observer. I mean, I could also just return my observer texture to its default texture too. Because something we could try here would be the reverse. Sort of like they would connect to one another, maybe. You could almost imagine that crossing over and connecting. Need some smooth quartz blocks. Power block behind the trapdoor. that works. Power block behind the trapdoor. There is a power block behind the trapdoor. It's a redstone block. Now, I'm not sure if this is how it's going to stay. That's probably actually going to be deep slate. So the roof will end up being at least one block higher. A little uneven, but we will sort that out. Quartz is uneven too. Oh, the inventory pain is real. Okay, that looks pretty good. I feel like we might have to raise these up a little bit. Yeah. That's right, I have an idea. the shelf. Need more of those. Oh, whoops. I'm curious what this would look like if it was powered. I actually don't have any levers in here. Oh, right. I mean, it's a subtle difference. I think it looks better powered. A little bit different. And I think I might want to switch this to white. The quartz right here. Do we want smooth quartz or regular quartz? Oh, I think we switch it. We'll use a slab, I think. Not bad, not bad. I guess we could probably do the blast furnaces across here too. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That seems wrong. 9. Cool. And then we'll probably replace some of these with stairs with deep slate to match this. I don't know, this feels a little bit bulky to me. I'm not sure if I like that. How wide did we go in here? There. I feel like it should probably go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we'll do the bottom 3. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe we actually have to draw it in a diagonal from the top. That feels a little bit better. Yeah. We may go a little bit wider, because then I don't know what material this is going to be made of. Whatever this is, it has to be slabs, right? Something with slabs. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be, but it would be cool if it was. I wonder if this should be andesite to maybe look more like that. No, that's too close. Too close, too close, too close. I mean, that could work. We'd be doing it differently up here, though. I guess we could sort of make this like part of a platform. Make it useful somehow. Maybe it's actually higher and there's something that actually happens here. Is there a spot for a window here? Yeah, there is, isn't there? Potentially 3 blocks up? Missed the hour break. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it. That's right. It's always like 10 after the hour, I feel. Yeah, maybe we could have something that like curves up. Here I was thinking about like what we could do down the bottom, but maybe this whole thing should be raised up. So like there's this platform to keep this section in the middle narrow. I'm sort of liking the dark, but I don't know. I really need to figure out where the bulkheads are going to be. We would have less problems with the stairs if this was all one level. So like say from here, which is that a slab? No, that's a real block. Okay. So like from here, if everything along here was the same level. One, we could see out the window, which would be cool. But imagine if that was out to like here. Right? So then you'd like walk up the stairs here. Or we could have another staircase accessible to it on the side. I think I like that idea. All right, cool. I'm just going to pop down here and take another short break, folks. I do this once an hour. Gives me a chance to grab a quick stretch, refill my water. You should too. Get up from the computer and maybe grab a friend. Let them know that we're streaming. If you're watching this later on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, then maybe consider subscribing to the channel or liking the video if you're enjoying the content that I'm making. It does help out a lot. The more eyeballs I can get, the more people we can bring into the Twitch live streams, then usually the more people support. So I would very much appreciate it. I'll be right back. All right, let's see how much more we can get done. I should probably start on that side rather than this side because that's where all my shulker boxes are. Thanks, Blue Crow. Okay, food. Do I want this to be dark? I don't know. I know that I want these to be quartz. So we'll probably continue with smooth quartz here. Don't think I like these. This is one where we might put lights in the middle. Like that. Yeah, I'll at least fill this in. I'm pretty sure I went over this last time and I decided that it was better to have smooth quartz there and regular quartz? I don't remember. I'm wondering though if we can put in more of this stuff here. Might have to be a little bit farther forward. I think I like the contrast there. Oh, whoops. That might have to be higher. Yeah, because then I can come back in here. Change this too. Whoops. I kind of like it like this, I think. Oh, did I miss the
Technology
sub?
is not on my side today. Lost your voice for a bit. Did you see the sub?
Thanks very much. Bally, 6 minutes ago. Sorry about that. Really appreciate it. That did not show up in chat, did it? Oh, it did. Really appreciate it. 18 months. That's incredible. Thanks so much, Bally. And thanks very much for the TTS sticker, Sandy. That means I have to come out here with this one too. I really feel like these are going to be closed. I don't think these are going to be open. I don't think this is going to be a thing. Excuse me. Woo, it snuck up on me. Getting there. So from here, if we take these out, and then we think about this as being a platform. What would we want it to be made out of? It's obviously going to be deep slate. I don't know if I want to make it out of concrete. I need more of this anyway. Oh, thanks, Cosmic. And Dan. get all the things. So if we're going to go at this level, right below the window. Oh, this window is higher. How far do we want this to come out? I guess I have to do the same thing over here that I did with the slabs. Right, so then this block, yeah. I guess it would make sense to have some sort of thing come up here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Might be better to center this in front of the window, but we'll see. But if we want any depth to the window, we're not going to have a lot of room. I think this has to be farther out. So maybe we have to have this be a slightly different angle. That feels like a little bit more room. Only 4 blocks. Yeah, that's not too bad. That or we can make it curved. Well, curved. Best you can curve something in Minecraft. And that would change all this. I think that still looks okay. I don't know about the color, but I think the geometry looks okay. I feel like if this was a little bit wider, we could have a like a light in the bottom of it, maybe. Somehow. Might be better off with the slab. I keep on saying I want to lean more into the square designs for Minecraft. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know what we're going to do about the floor. Hopefully by now everyone has listened to this week's episode of the Spun Chunks where we interviewed Cub Fan from Hermitcraft. Really fun to have Cub on the show. He had a good time too, so I'm sure at some point he'll be back, which is great. It's always great when you know you have a good rapport with another creator like that, because it means like if Johnny travels for holidays or family stuff, or if one of us is ill, then we can ask someone like Cub or Impulse or folks that have been on the show before to come back and fill in. All right, so we're only 3 blocks in from the side. 1, 2, 3. So we could put something there. What other color would be cool? I mean, I've got the cyan. We could do quartz. Which would keep things pretty bright. Or a combo of both. We do have this cyan terracotta strip and quartz here. I feel like that could be cool to kind of bring together. I think that looks better. I do like the lights. We'll have to maybe figure out what to do here. Maybe a bit dark. I guess we could do quartz, couldn't we? Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that'll work. I guess I just need solid one here. And then this could be a slab. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, whoops. Might as well just do all this now and go down and get it. I like the way that the quartz looks like paneling. I think that's one of the things I like about the regular quartz. This would probably continue right up to the top here. Whoops. Well, is this the outside wall? I think it is. It is. So we need, this is going to have to come in a little bit, I think. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to have to come up with something to cover that up. So that means that that won't be there. Unless the wall's black. I think these might have to get switched to quartz. We're going to be limited by what we can do here with the windows. I'd like the windows to be a little bit taller too. They're so close to lining up with that window. They're only a block off. We either make them very, very low or raise them up by a block. Yeah, it's gonna be weird having a different position inside than outside. I think I want a window. We might not have the window there. I do think I like the look of that better. Now I just don't know what I'm gonna do with the floor. I guess it could be more concrete. If that's gonna be quartz. think that that is cyan terracotta. I'm very low on. There we go. Or maybe I put that there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. See, that's okay. Feels like what we're doing up here. This might need a white stripe along here now. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Maybe we end up with some quartz along the outside too. Well, maybe. I don't know. I sort of like the darker parts there. We'll see. We'll leave it and see how it goes. Whoops. Yeah, this feels very distracting. Maybe we just don't do angles. That's a little bit better. I don't know. Probably the better way. Now, I don't think I want this to be any higher, but unfortunately, we were not going to be able to see out the window. If I keep the window. At least I have a little bit more glass now. That's good. Feeling the clutter for sure. And missing the sort inventory button from Hightail. Cool. I think we've made some decent progress. I've got some choices to be made here. I'm really leaning on the quartz. I think it's a little bit more high contrast. It'll be easier to see when we get rid of the floor here. But I like what's going on here. I think I like this. Certainly highlights the door a little bit better, but we'll see. We might not keep it. It might not be ideal. It's going to tie better into this room than it will tie into the other room. So the real big decisions left are going to be the ceiling. I'm happy with this part. It's just what material we're going to make the ceiling out of. And I like how this kind of goes out. I wish it was at more of an angle, but it's hard at this resolution in Minecraft. We'll have to design some other things to be done up here, like some decorative stuff. And then I want to have more bulkheads. So probably to the left and the right of the window. Although that's going to be tricky. Maybe they're just going to be the one right there. Or maybe the bulkheads don't come down to the floor. Maybe they start here. And we'll have like this kind of a thing, like there and there and there. Yeah, we'll figure it out. That is where I need to wrap things up, though. Let me just see. Who's live? Impulse is live. Let's send y'all over to Impulse SV. Playing some Minecraft. Terraforming, it looks like. Very cool stuff. I had a blast today. I hope you did too. We're making some progress. Lots of decisions being made. Once we have all this sorted, it'll be very easy to translate it around to the other 4 wings or 3 wings in total. So we're getting there. And I'll be back, what's today, Wednesday? So I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, 9 o'clock in the morning for some more Minecraft. And then Friday, we're going to be playing Hightail again, I think. So you can look forward to that. I will point you towards the Spawn Chunks, which is free. The podcast all about Minecraft. We interviewed Cubfan135 from Hermitcraft this week. Fantastic job hanging out with him on the show. It was a really good time, good conversation. And I will also point you towards Patreon, which is where you can support me here on the stream. It's only $2 a month, less than a cup of coffee, and it keeps me streaming. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the moderation, Sandy, the stickers, the support from everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.